On a quiet rural road, under the blazing afternoon sun, Marcus pedaled his old, rusty bike home from school. The 12-year-old boy was no stranger to hard work or challenges. His clothes were slightly worn, and his sneakers had seen better days, but his smile was genuine. Marcus had a knack for helping others, no matter who they were. Little did he know, this simple ride home would change his life in ways he could never imagine. Before we get into what happened, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. This story is proof that even small acts of kindness can lead to something extraordinary. You won't want to miss this. As Marcus made his way along the winding road, he spotted something unusual up ahead. A sleek red luxury car was pulled over to the side, its hazard lights flashing. The car stood out against the dusty road, its shiny exterior gleaming in the sunlight. Beside it was an elderly man pacing back and forth, his phone pressed to his ear. From the way he was gesturing, it was clear that whoever he was talking to wasn't helping. Curiosity got the better of Marcus, and he stopped his bike a few feet away. "Excuse me, sir. Do you need any help?" he called out. The old man turned around, his face lined with frustration. His white hair and neatly trimmed beard gave him an air of importance, and his green sweater and beige slacks made it clear he wasn't from this small rural town. "Help? From you?" he scoffed, looking Marcus up and down. "Kid, what could you possibly do to help me? My car's got a flat, and I've been trying to call roadside assistance for the past half hour." "They're useless." Marcus hesitated. The man's tone was sharp, and his words stung, but Marcus wasn't the kind of person to walk away from someone in need. "I know how to fix a flat tire," he said confidently. "I help my uncle at his garage sometimes. If you'd like, I can take a look." The old man raised an eyebrow. "You? Fix a flat on a car like this?" He gestured toward the vehicle as if it were a prized possession. But after a moment, he sighed heavily and waved a dismissive hand. "Fine. Do whatever you think you can. Just don't scratch the paint." Marcus parked his bike and got to work. He retrieved the spare tire and tools from the trunk, noting the pristine condition of the car. It was clear this man valued his possessions more than anything. As Marcus loosened the lug nuts, the old man hovered nearby, muttering under his breath. "Kids these days, always thinking they know everything," the man grumbled. Marcus didn't respond. He was too focused on the task at hand. Sweat dripped from his forehead as he carefully removed the damaged tire and replaced it with the spare. A truck rumbled past, kicking up dust and splashing a puddle onto Marcus's pants. The old man winced, expecting Marcus to complain, but the boy simply wiped his hands on his shirt and kept going. 15 minutes later, Marcus tightened the last lug nut and stood up. "All done, sir. You're good to go." The man inspected the work, circling the car as if expecting to find a flaw. Finally, he nodded. "Not bad," he admitted grudgingly. Then, he reached into his pocket and pulled out a crumpled $5 bill. "Here. For your trouble." Marcus smiled politely but shook his head. "No, thank you, sir. I didn't do it for the money." The man frowned. "Then why? Why would you waste your time helping a stranger like me?" "My mom always says we should help others when we can," Marcus replied, picking up his bike. "You looked like you needed help." The old man stared at Marcus, speechless for a moment. He watched as the boy pedaled away, disappearing down the road. Something about Marcus's words lingered in his mind, though he didn't say a word. 2 weeks passed. Marcus had almost forgotten about the encounter when a black SUV pulled up to his house. His mom called him from the porch, confusion written all over her face. "Marcus, someone's here to see you." Stepping outside, Marcus was stunned to see the same old man, but this time he looked different. He was dressed in a tailored suit, and his expression was softer, almost kind. "Hello, Marcus," the man said, extending a hand. Do you remember me? Yes, sir. You're the man with the flat tire, Marcus replied, still unsure why he was here. The man chuckled. That's right. My name is Mr. Reynolds. And I came here today because I owe you more than just a thank you. You see, you didn't just fix my tire that day. You reminded me of something I lost a long time ago, kindness. Marcus blinked, unsure what to say. Mr. Reynolds continued. When you helped me, you didn't ask for anything in return. That kind of selflessness is rare these days. It made me realize that I've been so caught up in my own world, I've forgotten how to be generous. He gestured toward the SUV. I want to show you something. Come with me. Marcus's mom nodded, encouraging him to go. The drive wasn't long, but it led to a part of town Marcus rarely visited. When they arrived, Marcus's jaw dropped. In front of him stood a brand new community center, its doors freshly painted and its windows gleaming in the sunlight. I built this in your honor, Marcus, Mr. Reynolds said, his voice filled with emotion. This center will help kids like you, kids with big hearts and even bigger dreams. And it's all because of you. Marcus stood there, overwhelmed. He couldn't believe that his small act of kindness had led to something so incredible. And that's the power of helping others, even when no one's watching. If this story moved you, hit that like button and subscribe for more inspiring content. And remember, no act of kindness is ever too small, it might just change someone's life, including your own.